psychopathic transgender finger gestures. Trained from birth to make and recognize subtle finger gestures. Everyone you see, hear, and read. They live. It is the first meme of the video, and I am already beyond confused. I'm not sure I want to understand what these people mean, because I feel like even if they try to explain, it's probably still not going to make sense to me, but... What? I am hoping the rest of these memes are going to be at least a little bit less confusing. Hello BabyQueers, and welcome back to my channel. It is time for Are the Cis Okay? I'm pretty sure we've done Are the Straights Okay? I am entirely not sure if we've done Are the Cis Okay? But same thing, different flavor, really. We're gonna see what we find. To be honest, a lot of it is just not gonna make sense at all. But alright, you know the drill. Before we get started though, go get hydrated, grab some water, or some tea, or whatever else you like to drink. And then we'll check out some more memes. Cheers. Are you hydrated? Good, let's go. I'm looking for the Democrat restroom. Same. To be fair, just because someone's a Democrat doesn't necessarily make them a good person, obviously. But I just love how they were trying to be funny. I know humor is subjective, but I fail to see how this is funny at all. But again, I am comfortable using the bathroom with people who aren't rude and who wash their hands, you know, regardless of their gender or regardless of like their political orientation, I guess, because honestly, as long as you're not like rude or discriminatory and you just, you know, you're there because, well, you need to go to the bathroom and then you wash your hands and you leave, I'm okay with using a bathroom with you together, you know? Okay, I have no idea what this is referring to, but okay, let's go. Something my community as the bad people when it rarely fucking happens. And the issue isn't necessarily trans people, etc., it's a law. The fact that anyone can own a gun now without having a license, that's the issue. I'm not sure what the fuck kind of made up BS word cis is, but it's pretty fucking stupid. And LMFAO, it's not made up. It's literally the scientific term for when a person identifies with the gender they were assigned at birth. Also, it's funny how you guys see us queer folks as snowflakes, because we just want to be respected as human beings, yet y'all are the ones getting pissy at the word cis and calling cis a slur, because apparently it's bad to use a word to describe you, because the terms cis and trans are just adjectives to describe certain things. And as all adjectives, they're only brought up when they're relevant. Like, you don't have to go around and be like, oh, hi, yeah, I'm a cis woman at all times. You can just be like, honestly, I personally don't think gender matters that much most of the time anyways, but, you know, the terms cis and trans are usually only, well, trans, not really, but cis is really only brought up when it's, like, relevant. You know? But y'all want to get upset at it because you don't know what it means, so you just assume it's a bad word. And then when people try to explain, you're just like, no, I'm not trying to listen to you. Y'all, what the fuck? Bud Light has a transvestite as a representative of the company's values, meaning Bud Light supports transvestites grooming children in schools and transvestites murdering children when they are denied access to those children. Trans Bud Light, boycott Bud Light. First of all, this doesn't even make sense. A, where are these transvestites, as you call them, who are murdering children or grooming children? Literally, where are they? Because I'm pretty sure that's just in your head. And also, y'all are the ones murdering queer children and queer people in general. So I'm not sure you boycotting a brand because they have a trans person in their ads or something. Man. And then there's just like a bunch of pictures of people throwing their Bud Light away, and it's hilarious to me. enemy of conservatives for existing Dylan Mulvaney appeared in a Bud Light advertisement, and well, some terminals are throwing out their butt drinks, and we all know they're gonna buy them again in the next week. I'm confused. You gotta be... Also, like, if you're actually boycotting it, don't buy it again. Like, that's just not gonna work. But you know, the same thing goes the other way too. Like, a lot of people are gonna think it's nice that they're showing support and, you know, just like casually include a trans person, because why wouldn't they? Like, they needed a person for the advertisement, so they cast a trans person like in one of their ads, and you're just gonna be this pressed about it. Who's the snowflake now? Okay, I watched one video on voice training, and then YouTube showed me this. Do you believe trans women should be in women's sports? No or yes? Am I the only one who thinks it's kind of shady that they put no at the top and yes at the bottom? Because don't they usually put like yes or no? Because that's the way you say it too, right? So is this some kind of strategy to make no seem like the more appropriate answer, and that's why you put it on top? Or am I probably reading too much into this? Maybe. But still, y'all, my god. We will kill all trannies for the horrible things they did. Wow, genocide much? Yeah, also, for the horrible things we did, I do have a short-term memory, but please enlighten me with actual sources on what we did do. Because I seem to have missed it. I'm not aware of us endangering people or murdering people or anything negative like that. So enlighten me. All of these young women will go into menopause 30 years too early. They also lost 8-1 to a team of men. Gender ideology is a shit deal for women. Hi Graham, I'm captain of this team. We have created something truly beautiful, a family of trans-masculine people across the country who share a love for football. You wouldn't know what a family is. Years left you for being a raging bigot. Love, Arthur. Okay, first of all, I know your masculinity is so tied up in winning that you see losing as something that hurts your masculinity. So you can't imagine someone playing a sport just for the sake of like having fun together, and because they love playing and because they have fun together and they like that it's like a team activity and that it like unites them. So you can't really imagine what that's like, because it's definitely about winning for you. And also the fact that you're literally just trying to be this transphobic and call these trans men women is obviously incredibly stupid. Listen, what are you doing? But yeah, honestly, you can say what you want about the trans flag, because some people don't like it because it's like too pastel-y, but honestly, as jerseys, it's kind of cute. It's kind of cute. Okay, ask not why children shouldn't see drag queens. Ask why drag queens crave an audience of children. Because they're a performance and you take whatever job you can get because, you know, money. Because literally, I've yet to meet a drag queen who's like, no, I love performing in front of children. I hate performing in front of adults. Usually, they don't care who's in the audience, as long as they're getting paid to do whatever gig they do, because, well, guess what? We all need money. You know? Like, depending on audience, they are definitely gonna do different things, you know? But still, I'm yet to meet a drag queen be like, no, I prefer performing in front of children. Actually, okay, men do not have breasts. Men have breasts. Your utter ignorance is of basic elementary level biology, and it's nobody's problem but yours. People of all sexes and genders have breast tissue and can get breast cancer. Yeah, like obviously the more breast tissue you have, like it's obviously way more common in cis women or people who were assigned female at birth who still have their breast tissue, because, well, if you have more breast tissue, you're obviously like more likely to get it. But men have had breast cancer too. And I know people don't talk about it, because I guess it doesn't matter to people, or it's so unlikely to happen that they don't really care. But it can, and literally, they kind of do. Well, okay, I'm not American. Everyone has pronouns. The 3 most common sets are he, him, his, she, her, hers, and they, them, theirs. Mate, as I say again, I've yet to meet anyone who remotely uses a pronoun, and I couldn't care less what that pronoun is. We just say British words for what we see and stick with. Mate, love, mainly. I'm sorry for being honest with you, we don't follow whatever NA is doing. I've yet to meet anyone who uses a pronoun, couldn't care less what their pronouns is. Are you sure about that, buddy? You have a good day, mate. I'm not walking into this bait. I mean, I was just pointing out how you're contradicting yourself, but bye. Yeah, this is so stupid. Like, y'all, your elementary school teachers will be disappointed that you don't know what a pronoun is. Because you have preferred pronouns too. Because if you refer to these people with like a gender neutral pronoun, they're gonna be super pressed about it. Be like, no, I'm obviously a man, or oh, I'm obviously a woman. Y'all have a preferred pronoun. Because y'all are gonna get super pissed if someone refers to you with the wrong pronoun. So, what's your point again? What? Okay, sure. I don't think I'm gonna get like an actual answer anyone of us is gonna understand, but that's okay, we're moving on. There is no trans community. Protesters rallied for the International Transgender Day of Visibility in Tucson? Is it Tucson? Arizona. Literally, if you say people rally for International Trans Day of Visibility, you're already pointing out that these people care about the trans community and they support the trans community. So, what? A community is something that's united by a certain trait of theirs or an interest of theirs, because you could call like fandoms communities too, I guess, right? And they're like connected by their love for whatever, a certain book series, movie series, band, whatever it is. That's a community. People who are trans are connected by the fact that they are trans and therefore are a community. I'm confused. And cisphobia. With all the time they need to spend learning the English without pronouns, why bother? Is it a waste of resources trying to teach cis kids non-binary numbers? This is so dumb. And that's why I love it, because it's so ridiculous. Because the people who are like, oh, I don't use pronouns, definitely do. And I love how this is just taking the piss out of those people. Okay, now we have some comments about drag queens. I don't want to call it a debate about drag queens because it's literally just ridiculous bullshit. And it's been that way from the start. Because what is, I literally, I don't even understand where it came from. But okay, let's see what these people very rationally say, right? They're groomers. If you're okay with drag queens performing sexual acts in front of children, then something is wrong with you. Okay, first things first. Again, drag queens will take any gig they can to make money. Because a lot of time artists, such as drag queens, don't get paid enough. So they're gonna take the acts they can get to make money so they can, you know, live. But depending on the audience, they're gonna choose something different. If they perform in a nightclub or in a bar or wherever where no children are legally even allowed to be present, their act is gonna look wildly different, and a lot of times, yeah, maybe be a lot more like sexual and in that direction. And that's fine, but if they perform at like a drag brunch or whatever, and they know they're gonna be like children presents, they're not gonna do anything like super sexual. And if you think someone showing a little bit more skin is inherently sexual, that's also kind of a you problem. And you also know that these people are the ones that take their little boys to Hooters to show them what sexy women are so they don't turn gay. So you need to indoctrinate them early on to objectify women because they're supposed to be into that in your head. And also the ones that get like super excited when they watch like a film or a movie with their kids and then there's like something sexual going on, as long as it's a man and a woman, because that's okay in your head, but that's still a sexual act. And it's still kind of weird to expose children to that, you know? Oh well. It's not the drag queens, they're using them to convince transgender surgeries to be normalized, giving children the ability to consent, so the real pedophiles can say that children consented. I think the one thing we can all agree on is that pedophiles shouldn't be allowed near children. Because you don't want that to happen to kids, obviously. Because we all know that kids can't consent and that they should be protected from that. That's something we can all agree on. And I love how you're just trying to seem trans people or drag queens as evil by trying to force a connection between us or them and pedophiles, even though there's literally no connection. So first of all, stop it. And second of all, drag queens have nothing to do with transgender surgeries. Like, of course, some drag queens are trans, but y'all are aware that most drag queens are cis men who have no interest in doing transgender surgeries because they are a man and they're just doing this for the art form. It has nothing to do with surgeries. What are you even getting at? Okay, one day you will understand that drag is the same as blackface. Why representation of women has to be glitter, makeup, and heels? Yeah, no one's saying drag has to be that. And that's literally why it's an art form. No one is saying that women have to look like drag queens. Or that they should always do that. That's why it's literally an art form. Like, no one's saying women have to do any of that or look like that, because that's why it's drag. It's not like gender representation of, oh, I'm trying to like realistically look like a woman. Some drag queens do pride themselves on being able to do that, but that's also not being like, oh, I'm appropriating it and like using that, because literally there's a difference between art and blackface. I don't know how you got to this conclusion in the first place, but man, I can't. Hang on. What? I'm confused. Actually, I've been confused since the first meme, haven't I? Oh well, anyway, we're moving on. A trans person holding up the sign of "Let us live." No one is killing you beside yourself. Are you American? Are you aware of the trans people getting murdered at a very alarming rate? In your country alone. Because listen, in other countries where it's literally not cool to be queer at all, it's obviously gonna be way worse. But even in the US, the rate is way too goddamn high. And also the only reason trans people are killing themselves at an also very alarming rate is especially because of dickheads like you, who want to discriminate against trans people and shame trans people, and you know, because no one likes constantly being discriminated or like hate crimed, or you know, like no one likes that. So it's not surprising that trans people struggle with their mental health or struggle with being suicidal and not seeing any hope that things will get better because of dickheads like you. So saying, oh well, if you kill yourself, that's your problem and it's not my fault at all if you're gonna be like this, is very dumb. someone posted a TikTok of, please help, where is male and female? Agender, androgynine, androgynous, bigender, cisgender female, cisgender male, cisgender man, cisgender woman, female to male, gender fluid, some other things. And someone, or like a lot of comments probably, were actually, we've become other now. This is what I mean. It's so dumb. Cis is literally just, it's literally just an adjective. It's literally just, it's just a word to describe that you identify the gender you were assigned at birth based on your sex. That's literally all it is. That's all it is. And it's so ridiculous that it's that hard for you to understand. And literally, I know we like joking about it, but what the hell? My god. I want to be trans too. A bio-trans woman. A woman who identifies as a man who identifies as a woman. I need money too. Bio-trans pride, you're valid, sister. Don't let any of this trans-normative trans women tell you that you aren't. Y'all want to be offended at the word cis, but then try to be funny with saying you're a bio-trans woman. Y'all. If you think trans people like having to ask other people for money, or like start a GoFundMe to be able to afford their surgeries, then I don't know what to tell you, because that's just dumb. Like, no one likes having to rely on other people for money, because guess what? Most people prefer being independent and like being able to pay for their own shit. But you know what? If you don't actually have actual health insurance, you might have to. And while I think it's beautiful that trans people are coming together and helping each other pay for stuff like that, it's still sad that it has to happen, because, you know, healthcare would kind of be cool, but still, y'all. Nike signed a bra sponsorship with Dylan Mulvaney. I'm sorry, I'm probably still pronouncing her name wrong, aren't I? A biological man. And here's the thing at Nike, if you're trying to sell me a sports bra, maybe have someone with actual breasts wearing it. Okay, you're aware that women who are very skinny and have very tiny boobs, if they lay down on their bags, their boobs are gonna be hardly visible. And you're aware that a lot of cis women have various different sizes of boobs, and that there are a lot of cis women who have small boobs. Why are we forgetting about that? I mean, I know y'all like to be rude and say, if you don't have this size of boobs, you're not a real woman. Which is just, it's so dumb. It is literally so dumb. I don't know what to tell you, but listen, I'm here for it. And honestly, why do you care? But you also know that if they had, it doesn't even matter if it's a trans or cis woman, if they had like a woman who's heavier, they're also going to complain about that and be like, well, if you're trying to sell sportswear, why would you not have a fit person do it? Y'all are ridiculous. Because guess what? People have bodies. And regardless of their bodies, they can wear whatever the frick kind of clothes they want. If they want to wear a sports bra and not go work out, why do you care? And second of all, people of all sizes can do sports, and especially if you have bigger boobs, you're probably gonna need like a better supporting sports bra. So it kind of makes sense for a company that tries to sell sports bra to have different kind of sports bras and show off models with different boob size, to be like, hey, no matter what the boob size, we have the right sports bra for you. I'm not even sure what I'm getting at anymore, because I'm just confused, because this is ridiculous, and I am confused. Either way, I don't know what to tell you, apart from a lot of people have different size boobs, really. Erin Dorick, falsely implied here to be transgender, is currently pregnant with her first child. This is Daniel Radcliffe's girlfriend. Now what do you see? Yeah, this is what we mean when we say transphobia affects cis women too. Because this is one of those things. Daniel Radcliffe is not the tallest man. He's probably still taller than me, but still, I'm not really the standard when it comes to being tall, really. But yeah, because y'all are gonna be out here and being like, I can clearly tell when someone is trans and when they're not, because then you're gonna be transphobic to cis people as well. I think the solution is that don't be a transphobic dickhead at all, really, because why do you care if someone is trans or not? Because as amazing as it would be, but currently the medicine isn't quite there yet where you can transplant uteruses so that trans women who do want children can actually do that as well. The science is not quite there yet, but still, why do you care? Why do you care? Okay, Rolling Stones posted. I'm sorry, I'm gonna mispronounce his name probably, but Tenacious wants to abolish all genres. Yeah, no, we have male and female sexual preferences is your business, and if you want to be transgender, do that, but all this other shit's too much. Y'all are so obsessed with us, but I think I'd appreciate it more if you were obsessed for the right reasons. But this post isn't even talking about genders or gender roles or anything. She wants to abolish genres, which I'm not sure it makes sense. Like, I really appreciate it when groups do multiple genres of music, because I get very bored easily, so just like having different songs from the same group you really love that just sounds so wildly different is amazing to me, but it has nothing to do with genders. And gender itself doesn't actually also have anything to do with sexual preference. Like, I mean, sure, like if you're a trans man, like a lot of trans men, think they're lesbians, and then they're just like, wait, no, I'm actually a man, and then they're like, okay, well, obviously not a lesbian anymore, but still attracted to women. But sexual preference and your gender doesn't really, like, have anything to do with each other, you know what? But still, y'all are so obsessed that you're just gonna go off on any random post that doesn't even have anything to do with gender in the first place, and then pretend like all trans people care about is their gender, when you apparently care about everyone's gender and how they express it. Oh well. Super mutant, sterile, perpetuates by forcible conversion, physically grotesque, unnatural colored skin, obsessive compulsion, evolutionary dead end. Trans activist, sterile, perpetuates by manipulative conversion, physically grotesque, unnatural colored hair, obsessive compulsion, evolutionary dead end. Posted with a caption of, they don't realize that some trans people can and do in fact have kids. Yeah. What? Trans people aren't necessarily sterile. Some people are. Like, personally, I always knew I didn't want kids, and I specifically didn't want to give birth to kids. So, you know, having those organs removed does make me sterile, yeah. By choice. I mean, what? Manipulative conversion. Okay then. Physically grotesque. I think we have different standards of what physically grotesque is. Because again, by the standards you're trying to, like, think are normal or make you cis, you're also definitely excluding a lot of cis people who just don't fit those standards, because guess what? People's bodies are differently shaped. What? Not everyone has the same body type? That's weird. Unnatural colored hair. I'm sorry guys, I'll be right back. I need to dye my hair in a natural color because it's currently my natural color. I'm sorry, that I can't let that stand. I have to go dye my hair right now. I mean, no joke, I'm actually gonna dye it again real soon, but what? Okay. Obsessive compulsion. I'm not even sure what you're trying to get at really, but this is what I mean. I knew I was gonna be confused all through this video because honestly, I'm done. I can't do this anymore. I've had enough of these people. Because I'm yet to hear or like see a logical thing in these memes. The only logical thing or argument I'm seeing in these memes is when people like reply to it and just like, y'all, it's literally just, cis is just an adjective. You're not being called other in this. There's literally cis man or woman right there. And they even put like, whatever. I've had it. I need. Okay, so I hope you're less frustrated than me. I hope you enjoyed these memes. I hope you feel smart now afterwards, because in comparison, you know, you're probably always going to feel like you're suddenly the smartest person on earth because you see all these people that are just so obsessed for all the wrong reasons and just keep repeating things that make absolutely no sense. You know, like, no one uses pronouns unless they're a snowflake. Sure, snowflakes are pretty, so thank you, I guess. I don't know. But anyways, I hope you're hydrated as well. If not, go drink it now. And I'll be back in 3 days with something that may or may not be less frustrating.